Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. I'm Keith Armour. I'm the Education and Homework Support Manager down here at the main library in the Adult Learning Center. Today's Lunch and Learn, we're going to talk about the 3Cs. And I know what you're thinking. What in the world are the 3Cs? Well, the first C is Children's Book Week. I went over a lot of different things last week, and there are a few more that I'd like to share with you. And then we are going to talk about the cicada invasion. It is coming, and we had a wonderful presentation, but we also taped that presentation, and I'm going to show you where to find that on our website. And then the last thing we're going to talk about are conversations. One thing that the library can do, since it is a public library, is have some very difficult conversations at times. So we're going to talk about an upcoming conversation series that we would definitely like you to check out. So let's go ahead and jump in and check out the 3Cs. Well, all right, to start our 3Cs, we are going to be right here at cincinnatilibrary.org. We're going to click on Books and Media. And I showed you last week how you can change our website by audience. So we're going to click Kids and Families. And there's upcoming events here. And you can view more events that happen to center around kids and families. Our latest story time with the library on YouTube is with Miss Lillian. She is a guest reader for Loveland Branch, and she's reading a wonderful book called Bibimbap. And Bibimbap, if you're not familiar with it, is a traditional Korean dish. And the words Bibimbap actually mean mix rice. If you have not had this dish, I'm telling you, it is fantastic. If you really want to know a good restaurant, let me know and I'll tell you. But I'll tell you, all of our story times, we have such a huge collection of story times that you can have right there at your fingertips on our YouTube channel. And you can even search our calendar as well. We went through last week about our favorite kids books that we put together. So staff's put some together. Yep, the Cicadas are back. And so we have a selection of books just for children here, super reads, and then you have autism awareness, you've got Grower Reader and Tree Terrific Books, Celebrate Earth Day, National Poetry Month was last month, and then Storytime Favorites, and then Celebrate Ramadan and books about books and libraries. So there's a whole bunch here. Our new children's books are here, the picture books are there, board books, and even books that are on order that are not quite ready yet. They're on order, but these are some books and you can learn about them. There's great read-alouds along here. And don't forget, we are continuing to do our wonderful crafty take and make kits. So you can always check those out by just clicking here. And you'll see some of the current ones that are out here, out and about, and those are some of the ones that were in the past. But there's all sorts of really great crafty take and make kits that are out there. And then, of course, our most checked out books in 2020. We've got wonderful resources right here, Overdrive, Homework Help Now, World Book Early Learning, Tumble Books, ABC Mouse, that's only in the library. Sorry about that, but you have to come on in the library, and then Bookflix here. Now, we're talking about the little ones, and when you start talking about the little ones, you need to remember some early literacy skills, and that is talk, sing, read, play, and write. And these are all the things that you already do as a parent or a caregiver. And you can highlight even more. You can look at the early literacy tips here. And these are in more detail. And it really helps you out one at a time, learning those and just going, oh yeah, we do that as a family. But we're going to visit this right here. This is the Ohio Imagination Library. Every family in Ohio that has a child under the age of 5 can get a free book each month in the mail. And we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to click right here, the Ohio Imagination Library. You go to this different website. We'll provide a link for you. But it is part of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And they have given away, Miss Dolly has given away millions of books. And the program keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it just officially last year moved into the state of Ohio. So every family that has a child under 5 can enroll, and it's very easy to enroll. And we're going to look right here to how it works before we click on this enrollment. So we're going to click here. So it's a statewide initiative. It started with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, and then what they did was they partnered. And it continues to partner with other organizations. And now we are part, in the state of Ohio, part of the organization. And it's very easy to start the enrollment. You just click here and we'll provide a direct link to enroll. And it's really easy. You just have to put in your first name, your last name. You have to select which county that you are in. Of course, it'd be great to give them your email address and your cell phone. Very important is to give your child's birth month and then their birth year. And then you can opt in, either getting information from the library each month through an email or through texting. And you just keep continuing to go through here, okay? Now, I want to point out one thing that I think is really cool, and we're going to go in, right over here, the book list. I forgot where I was. Click right here. And these are the books that are going to be given out. This is the 2021 book list for the United States. And remember, if your child was born in 2021, these are the books that your child will receive in the mail. And Llama Llama Hide and Seek is a great book, and these books are really tailor-made for that particular age group. So if your child was born in 2020, 2019, 2016, 2017, 2018, the list of books are right there. So it just is really cool. There are some things right here. The first little dot means that it signifies it's a new book to the program because they continue to update their book list. And then this little cross, I'm sorry, I have to really look at it, cross signifies a bilingual English-Spanish title. So that is a really great feature as well, but it's totally free. We'll provide a direct link for you so you can get in there and register your child for receiving a free book in the mail. And I don't know about you, but I was so excited whenever I got any type of mail when I was a child. I was just very excited, and I can only imagine a child receiving a free book in the mail. And they can add to that collection over time, and they're going to have a really nice selection of books. So definitely check that out. All right. The other website I wanted to show you for Children's Book Week is Day by Day Ohio. It's a family literacy calendar, but it is unlike any calendar that I know of. It is a wonderful calendar. Here it is on May 4th. Sorry, I need to move it up to May 6th. Here's May 6th, and here's a sing a song. There's a little bitty song. And remember, we're doing those early literacy skills, and singing is one of those early literacy skills. There's a short little video, and the video is from Sesame Street, and it's Old MacDonald's dog. And then they give you an idea to talk about how eggs come from chickens, and you can visit a local farm market, and then read a book. Here's some book selections. And then you can even explore more. And if we click right here on the May activity calendar, Here is a complete list of all sorts of different short little activities that you can do, which also includes some books. So Sheep in a Jeep, that's a great book. Lion and the Mouse, a classic right there. And you'll find those books within our collection at the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library. But here's a complete list of activities. And then there's some other activities here as well. And then some websites. And then these are some books that are special for the month of May, okay, that you'll see highlighted later on, okay. And here's the read and rhyme section. But what's even better about this website, and I didn't really notice it at first, but each day here has something different. So I'm going to go to, let's go to the 14th. So if I go to the 14th, here's a whole new song. Here's another short video. Here's another try this. Here's another read a book. Here's another explore. So every day, and that means day by day, every day there's a different activity. Here's the one for the 19th. 1-1, the zoo is lots of fun. And this one you have to scroll down just a little bit to get the whole thing. But here's another short video from Sesame Street as well. So it's just such a great activity each day. So if you're really thinking about, oh, what do I do today with the child? Well, here's some great activities from day to day, day by day, Ohio. It's Family Literacy Calendar. Now, if you're getting ready to go on vacation or going somewhere, this is a great one. You just then switch to June. And look, they're talking about animals in May, but in June it's all about food. So that's one of my favorites. So here is another video on food, a song, and different activities as well. So it just, you can always prepare ahead of time, and you could even get some of the books for the calendar. You would know ahead of time what books that are going to be there. And then when your child sees it, like, oh, well, there's the book that was part of the June collection. There's also a section called Get Creative. And in Get Creative, there are crafts that are here that are changed periodically and different activities here. And, one thing that's really interesting is knowing that basic cutting activities. Cutting is a really important skill for your child to have before they enter kindergarten. And here's some other activities as well that you can go over here. Here's a section on being healthy. Very important, not even just in a pandemic, but anytime, hand washing, and some book selections. And there's a whole section on just exploring Ohio. And there's just all sorts of different activities here, family fun activities in Ohio. Find the Ohio State Parks, museums, see Ohio First festivals, conventions, and visitor bureaus. And then you can also read and learn on here. And here's BookFlix. Don't forget, we have BookFlix on our website. We have World Book Early Learning as well. And then there's some other ones that you could check out. Starfall is a wonderful website. All of those are very good to develop your little reader, your little learner before they get into kindergarten. Okay? So this is Day by Day Ohio Family Literacy Calendar. And that ends our first C, which was all about Children's Book Week. So you've got the Ohio Imagination Library, and then you've got the Day by Day Ohio Family Literacy Calendar that is just completely packed with all sorts of different activities that just move from one to another, and each one of these days has another thing to explore. But it always has a little song, a little video, a try this section, or read a book, and then explore more as well. So definitely check that out. Now, we are going to click here, And the second C is, of course, about Brood X, the periodical cicadas that are arriving. And Glenn Roth, who's absolutely wonderful. If you've not had a presentation or watched a presentation of hers, she is she's just a wonderful presenter. And she's from Hamilton County Soil and Water Conservation District. And we had last week, we had a wonderful free crash course on cicadas, and he provided so much information from Mount St. Joseph University. And if you didn't sign up for it, you're still in luck because the entire program is right here on our YouTube channel. So you click here, and he's very lively, and he just gives really great information, a lot of maps, a lot of slides, but it is only about 50 minutes, and it is just such a great presentation. If you want to know anything about the cicadas that are going to be coming out later on this month, you definitely should watch here. There are some program calendar events that are centered around cicadas. You've got a virtual story time and craft, and there's Miss Gwen, and she's reading about a cicada, and then there's some other activities as well. Some different things that you can observe cicadas at your park, 3 different species. So there's different things here. And then there's further reading. So you have cicada books for kids and families, and for teens and adults here as well. So we'll definitely make sure that you have that information that you can just click through. So if we wanted to go to Cicada Summer and click here, it takes us directly to our calendar. And you'll notice that several of the copies of the actual book are copies are in use. One hold on 6 copies, but you can do a downloadable audiobook. See, it's available and available. And don't forget this little button right here. This also shows a preloaded audiobook that's ready as well. So if I click here, it's going to change this section over here on the right because it's going to say check out. So there's a total of 74 copies, 74 available. So everybody can get this book, which is about an audiobook about Cicada Summer. And you can look at the full record. You can look at some opinions from different critics, from School Library Journal, and from the book list. And it's really saying that's probably for grades 4 through 6 that this would be appropriate for. And then you just check it out by click right there. All right, so that is our cicada invasion. Let me go back one more, see if I can get all the way back there. Yep, so we'll provide a link for here so you can check out all sorts of different information here. And definitely, if you have any interest in cicadas or want to talk to your children about cicadas, definitely check out this great presentation. All right. So we're going to move to the last C of today's Lunch and Learn, and that is from riot to protest to civil unrest, conversations about race relations in Cincinnati. And several of our wonderful librarians put this together. Aaliyah Jacobs wrote this along with Corey over there, and this is 2 different conversations that are going to be taking place. And the first one is May the 13th at 7 p.m. That's a Thursday. And it's going to be talking about 20 years later, the race relations in Cincinnati. And if you weren't around in 2021, after the killing of Timothy Thomas, there was some real, some riots that happened in Cincinnati, some really big protests that happened. And this conversation is taking place. It's going to be moderated by a Northern Kentucky University professor. And it's in conjunction with the Cincinnati Museum Center and the National Underground Railroad Center. And these are two virtual roundtable discussions. And the second one is growing into the struggle for racial justice. And that one's going to happen on May the 25th from 7 p.m. until 8 or maybe longer. And that's going to be on a Tuesday. And that is really going to help with the discussion of Black Lives Matter. And that's also going to be moderated by some people from the Cincinnati Herald and the University Center of Truth, and a lot of other organizations as well is going to be involved. And all you have to do is click on the link here, and you'll have a much better description for you to read here. And you want to register for this, so then we can send you the link for it. There's still 72 seats remaining, but this is really a very important time for our country to talk about these issues, and it's great that the library can be part of this conversation and making sure that people get heard and we move forward as a community. All right, so that's the 3 C's. We've got Children's Book Week, we have Cicadas, and then we have really important conversations that are taking place. So check those out. Now, before we forget, I'm going to click on here. This is a wonderful event. We had a plant and seed swap downtown at the main library, and this one is coming up this Saturday, and it's actually at Forest Park. So if you have a plant or if you have some seeds that are in a container, you want to make sure you label those plants and seeds the best that you can with the information, of course, that you have. And then you can come on in, make sure you wear a mask, but we want to make sure that we are exchanging. And there's several of these that are happening, but the first one that's going to happen for us is this Saturday from May 8th at Forest Park from 2 until 4. Some of the other events that are happening starting tomorrow, don't forget we have a lot of outdoor story walks. Here's one at Hyde Park. Of course, there's that continuing to find Baby Yoda at Wyoming, and you can take and make flower magnets over there at Westwood. Here's Nuffle Bunny Show and Tell. That's a virtual story time, and you want to sign up by clicking here. Oh, this event is full. So you have to look at our calendar to make sure that you're not missing out on some of these great things that are happening at our library. If you scroll down here, this is grown folks crafting over, they're making terrariums over at West End. And here's Superheroes Unite at Green Hills. And then here's Fun with Messy Science at North Central. And then there is a virtual workshop, The Pose of Parenting. So you want to check that out. This is on Saturday from 2 to 3. And then outdoor event swap, there's that one at Forest Park that's happening. And then you've got outdoor story time at Green Hills, and we could just keep going on and on and on. But I'm going to click out, so don't forget all those wonderful events that are happening up, especially that seed swap that's happening at Forest Park. I'll tell you a few more things, and we'll call it a day. Well, there you go. You've learned the 3 C's. You know that Children's Book Week continues all the way until May 9th next week. And remember, with the public library, Children's Book Week is every week, really. But those resources, the Imagination Library, what a great thing for your child to be able to get a book through the mail every month until they turn the age of 5. They can build their own library up, and of course you want to continue to bring them to the library. But just a great experience, and it's totally free. So it takes 5 minutes to fill out the form, and then your child can start receiving a book every month in the mail. And then if you're really wanting to spur all of those learning skills, Day by Day Ohio, and we'll provide the link for you. That is a great website that will go over all sorts of different early learning skills that children need to have so they'll be successful when they enter school. Cicadas are coming. I showed you where you can find, and we'll provide a link for the presentation so you can watch Cicada Invasion and look at the further readings that are there as well, and even a special story time as well. And then conversations. We have the from riot to protest to civil unrest conversations that are happening on May the 7th and May the 25th, both at 7 p.m. And you can check those out as well. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week for Lunch and Learn. Thanks. Bye.